Peace of Mind Dog Rescue started 5 years ago, and it's actually this little girl here, Savannah, who was the inspiration for Peace of Mind. Her guardian, Alice, was dying of emphysema, and she was at hospice at the time, and I was taking care of Savannah while Alice was at hospice and bringing her in to visit with her. And at one of those visits where the doctors had told Alice to get all of her affairs in order, she was talking to me about she didn't know what was going to happen to Savannah, and she actually thought about euthanizing her so that she wouldn't end up in a shelter and feel abandoned. And in that moment I said, don't worry, I will make sure that she's okay, I'll take care of her. And when I left that visit, the whole idea for Peace of Mind Dog Rescue just came to me, the name and the focus of taking in dogs from people who were dying, elderly, going into nursing homes. And I contacted my co-founder, Monica Rua, and let her know about the idea. And she said, that's great, I'm in, I want to help, but let's also help the senior dogs that end up in shelters. So that's our dual mission, is taking in dogs from senior people and taking in senior dogs from shelters. Our focus area is our Tri-County area, Monterey County, Santa Cruz County, and San Benito County. And about half of the dogs come to us from shelters, and the other half come from people who can no longer care for them. We get calls from all over the country, actually, because there aren't a lot of organizations who take in dogs from people who are too ill to take care of them anymore. One of the things that we really want to do is help keep dogs and people together as long as possible. One of the people who inspired us to start the Helping Paw program was Patricia Bauer, who then donated our headquarters to us. And she was dying of cancer. She had 2 dogs, Maddie and Morgan, and she actually called us to surrender the dogs to us. But when we met with her, we said, how about if we have volunteers come over and walk your dogs every day for you, take them to the vet, take them to the groomer, and then they can stay with you. So those dogs stayed with Mrs. Bauer until the day that she passed away. And now we do that for other people who are in the hospital for a week. We'll go and we'll take their dog, we'll provide temporary care, but so that people who can no longer take care of their dogs but they're still at home, they can keep their dogs with them. Our funding comes about 90–95% just from private donations from the public. We do also do some fundraising, and we write grants to private foundations. We have one big main fundraiser a year, which we call our Oldies But Goodies party, and it's silent auction and music, and it's really a celebration of the dogs. It's an outdoor event where the dogs are invited, so we have adoptable dogs, and a lot of the dogs who have been adopted come, and that happens every June in Carmel. But most of the money just comes from people like me and you who give $50, $100, $200 a year, here and there, whatever they can, and it all makes up the bundle that we use to pay for our main expenses, medical care for the dogs. When we bring in senior dogs, they typically are not in great shape, even if they've been with somebody. We need to do an exam, blood work. A lot of them need to have their teeth cleaned. Some have infected teeth that need to be removed. And then we sometimes find some other health issues with some of the older dogs. Arthritis is real common, and we need to treat that. So that's where most of the funding comes from, is from people, and then it goes mostly to the medical care. And we try to educate people about thinking ahead about what would happen to my dog if something happens to me. They can leave a pet trust to go along with their dog, but we also take in dogs all the time where people don't have, they're on Social Security, they don't have any money to go along with the dog, but they pre-arrange with us, so we meet the dog beforehand and make a commitment to them, and we fill out a pet profile with them so we know everything about the dog, their likes and dislikes, and where their vet records are and what toys they like.
Peace of Mind let me know that fostering was a way I could volunteer and help these dogs find a forever home. I hope you'll consider it too.
We're giving them peace of mind that we will be there for them. If something happens to them, we will take in their dog.